Hey guys, this is No Saber No Life, and welcome to my first ever Mordhau video that I've made for beginners, where I'll be going over my personal favorite weapons in Horde mode. Please note, this is not a video guide for PvP and that I'll not be going over the longbow, crossbow, and toolbox because they just make the game too easy and boring. If you don't see your favorite weapon here, it's most likely because I don't like it and I find it very impractical, and it's probably useless for me. But I'll cover this in another video some other time. So without further ado, we'll move on to my list. First up is the hoe. The hoe is a great weapon you can pick up first thing when you spawn into the game, for measly 200 gold. You can whack everything in 2 hits while keeping a safe distance until you come across the medium armor units. This is a fine weapon to keep for the first few waves of the game, until you have enough money for another weapon. The only drawback I would mention about this weapon is the speed, or what might feel like an awkward animation, but you'll get used to it. I would put this weapon in the C tier. Up next is the Scythe. Holy shit, this weapon packs a mean punch for 1000 gold. This beast of a weapon will 1 or 2 shot everything until medium armor units start rolling in. But they won't last long before the Scythe either. You'll make short work with them with 3 to 4 hits. I personally adore this weapon because it simply rakes in the gold in and out of Horde mode. Most of the time it gives me the edge on the score, while unsuspecting people will simply stay behind. You'll find yourself ahead of the score for almost the entire game thanks to this weapon. The balance of reach, damage, and speed is simply borderline perfect. The only drawback to this weapon is that it starts to fall off when the heavy armor starts to roll in, and that's when you should have more than enough for a better quality weapon. I would put Scythe in the A+ tier. Here we have the Falcon. This little baby was a bit of a surprise for me, as it packed more of a wallop than I thought it would. For 750 gold, you'll find yourself dealing a good amount of damage. It does almost the same damage as the Scythe, but the range is just shorter. Most units will take about 1 to 2 shots for a kill before the medium armor units start to come in. And by the time the heavy armor units start rolling in, I'd say you should be using something better by then. Truth be told, I don't always use this, but I do find it a bit above average for the price you pay. The only downside to this thing is the range, and also that it's quite easy for this thing to get outshined by the Scythe as it costs only 250 gold more. Therefore, I would give this weapon an A-. Coming up next is the Scimitar. I admit this is something I never tried during old days of Horde, but I gotta say that this weapon was quite a nice surprise. This weapon not only hits hard, but it also hits super fast, not counting the dexterity skill. However, once you max that skill, you will find yourself hitting targets at a furious pace, like a black-robed rapier unit during late game. I will admit I find 2 things that throw me off about the weapon. One thing is that absurd price point of 3000 gold, and the second is that it's strange when it comes to actual damage consistency, meaning it hits ogres for 10 damage like any other hard-hitting 2-handed weapon. It doesn't one-shot the light armor targets, but the stranger thing is that it seems to kill everything in 2 hits, with the exception of bosses. I will say though, because of the nice reach and speed it has for a one-handed weapon, you'll find yourself hardly complaining about damage at all. Therefore, I'm going to put this weapon on the S tier. Next, we have the Bardeesh. This weapon was a pleasant surprise for me due to its very nice balance of speed, damage, and reach, and being able to combo with this thing is a very nice touch. This weapon is fine and dandy as soon as you get it for 2750 gold. I feel like it's a bit steep, therefore I also feel that you're getting this later than you should. Also at first, the damage will feel a bit underwhelming, but holy shit. Once you have the right skills applied during late game, this weapon turns from great to god tier, as you'll find yourself making short work of everything. Overall, I will be giving this weapon an A+ tier. Alright guys, last but certainly not least, we have the Executioner Sword. This weapon is by far the deadliest sword I've used. It is by far the most damage consistent weapon I've come across. Damage-wise, it is only second to the Maul. From start to finish, you'll find this weapon 1 or 2 shotting everything in a beautiful cleave-like fashion, with the exception of bosses. It never falls off, and the best part about it is that it costs only 1750 gold. This weapon does lack a bit of speed in the beginning, along with a sharp tip and the ability to combo, but you don't care about that as you're too busy kicking ass. For this weapon, I will be giving it an S plus tier. That's it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you haven't subscribed yet, that would help out a lot. And of course, you can always hit the like button or the notification button, or leave a generic comment of why Aokiji was MVP in my other video. Also, for anyone who doesn't know, I stream from Twitch from time to time, playing Mordhau, Fate Grand Order, Tekken 7, and Dota 2. I'll leave the link in the description below. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.